Magandang araw sa ang panig kayo naroon sa mundo. Annyeonghaseyo. Konnichiwa. Ni hao. Ako po ulit si Terry, aka the Pinay Crime Investigator. Let's get right into today's true crime story. Let's look at our case files. Can you see a picture of people in the hospital? The story begins in 19th of April 2008 when a gravely ill 19-year-old Christine was taken to the hospital by her grandfather Josef Fritzl. Nagulat ang mga doktor sa kalagayan ni Christine. Bukod sa hindi siya mukhang teenager dahil sa maliit at payat niyang pangangatawan, nabubulok rin ang kanyang mga ngipin. At nang hanapin nila ang pangalan ni Christine sa civil registry, they made a strange discovery. Wala itong records na parang bigla na lang siyang sumulpot kung saan. Ilag din sa pagsagot sa mga tanong ng hospital staff ang nagpakilala niyang lolo na si Joseph. At sinabi nito na hindi niya alam kung nasaan ang ina ni Christine na si Elizabeth. There, the doctors became deeply suspicious, kung kaya't humingi sila ng tulong sa mga pulis. Ang mas nakakagulat, napag-alaman ng mga pulis na the mother of Christine, Elizabeth Fritzl, ay ang nawawalang teenager na inireport ng kanyang mga magulang noong 1984, which was 24 years ago. Ipinanganak si Josef Fritzl sa Amstetten, Austria noong April 9, 1935. At that time, Austria was under the control of Nazi Germany. Inabando na sila ng kanyang ama when he was 4 years old na kinalaunan ay napatay sa gyera, leaving him to be raised by his mother, who often beat him severely. Dahil dito, lumaki si Joseph na sobrang strikto at disiplinado. Sa katunayan, after Joseph had married and bought his house, his mother moved in with them. Over time, their roles reversed. At ang kanyang ina naman ang sobra ang takot sa kanya. Nagawa niya ring ikulong ang ina sa attic sa loob ng 20 years hanggang sa ito'y mamatay taong 1980. At the age of 16, nagtrabaho si Joseph sa ibang bayan as a technical assistant sa isang engineering company. Doon niya nakilala si Rosemary Bayer. Rosemary never had a boyfriend before. Joseph was her first. Nagustuhan ni Joseph ang pagiging masunurin at accepting ni Rosemary sa maraming bagay. And so less than a year after their meeting, they got married when Rosemary was just 17. The year after, they had their first child, and after 7 years of marriage, Joseph and Rosemary had 3 children, 2 daughters and a son. This time, the family have moved back to Amstetten. Sa pagbalik nila sa Amstetten, naging very successful ang trabaho ni Joseph as engineer. Especially, engineers were in constant demand in the post-war years. April 6, 1966, ipinanganak ang pang-apat na anak na mag-asawang Fritzl na si Elizabeth. Sa mga panahong ding ito, nanumbalik ang predatory habits ni Joseph na nagsimula nung siya ay teenager pa lamang. Bukod sa pagbabayad sa mga prostitutes, he also raped a young mother na sinundan niya sa bahay, and after she'd fallen asleep, he broke in. At knife point, he raped her. Dahil dito, Joseph received just 18 months for the rape. He served less than a year, and worse, sa batas ng Austria, kung hindi life sentence ang parusa, the conviction doesn't stay on the person's record. In the eyes of the state, after 15 years, Joseph had never raped. Sa kabila nito, tinanggap at pinatawad siya ng asawang si Rosemary. In public, he appeared to be a respectable member of the community. Neighbors and colleagues describe him as hardworking, polite, and affectionate. At home, on the other hand, Joseph had a strict and dominant personality, lalo na sa pang-apat nilang anak na si Elizabeth, whom he started sexually abusing when she was 11 years old. After finishing school aged 15, Elizabeth started a course to become a waitress. Ngunit bago pa man siya matapos sa kanyang kurso, naglayas siya at nagtago kasama ang isang kaibigan sa Vienna. Natagpuan din siya ng mga pulis after 3 weeks at ibinalik sa kanyang pamilya, kung saan tinapos niya ang kanyang kurso at nakatanggap ng trabaho sa kalapit na bayan. It was her chance to finally get away from her abusive father at magsimula ng panibagong buhay. Lingid sa kanyang kaalaman, may ibang plano ang kanyang ama. For the last 3 years, gumawa ng kulungan si Joseph sa ilalim ng kanilang bahay. Madali lang ito para kay Joseph due to the nature of his job as an engineer. August 28, 1984, Joseph called his daughter Elizabeth to the basement, asking her to help carry the new door which would complete his renovations. Nang makarating sa baba, tinakpan ni Joseph ang ilong ni Elizabeth at nawalan ito ng malay. Sa paggising ni Elizabeth, nakatali na ang kanyang mga braso inside a small soundproof dungeon in the basement. Sa pag-aakala na nawawala si Elizabeth, her mother Rosemary filed a missing persons report. Lumipas ang ilang linggo at wala pa rin silang balita sa kinaroroonan ng dalaga. Then out of nowhere, a letter arrived from Elizabeth, claiming hindi na niya gusto ang buhay niya kasama ang kanyang pamilya at nagdesisyong lumayo na lamang. Sinabi rin ni Joseph sa mga pulis na wala siyang ideya kung saan nagpunta ang anak at may posibilidad na sumama na ito sa isang kulto. Simula nang ikulong siya ng ama, he sexually abused and raped her, sometimes several times a day. Then about 6 to 9 months into her imprisonment, he removed the metal chain because it was hindering his sexual activity with his daughter. Sobra ang naging paghihirap ni Elizabeth living underground. The cold, the damp, the rats, which was sometimes forced to catch with her bare hands. Summer was the worst time of year para kay Elizabeth, sapagkat matinding init ang kanyang nararanasan. May mga panahon ding pinarurusahan siya ng kanyang ama by leaving her without food or electricity, sometimes leaving her in complete darkness for up to 10 days at a time. Dahil sa paulit-ulit na pangahalay ng kanyang ama, nagresulta ito sa 7 mga bata. Sa kasamaang palad, namatay ang isa sa mga naging anak niya. Sa bawat panganganak ni Elizabeth, walang kahit na anong medical help. Hinayaan siya ng ama na magpaanak sa kanyang sarili. Binigyan lamang siya nito ng disinfectant, a dirty pair of scissors, and a 1960s book on childbirth. Although her life became much harder sa pagdating ng mga bata, they also provided her with longed-for company and a purpose to live after years in which she had contemplated suicide. Dahil sa pagdami nila sa loob ng kulungan sa ilalim, napagdesisyonan ni Joseph na dalhin sa itaas, sa tahanan kasama ang kanyang asawang si Rosemary, ang 3 sa mga bata, Monica, Alexander, and Lisa. Pinaniwala niya ang asawa na iniwan ng anak nilang si Elizabeth ang 3 bata sa tapat ng kanilang bahay upang sila na ang mag-alaga. The other children were left in the basement with Elizabeth. Christine, Stefan, and Felix. To keep them from trying to leave, Joseph threatened them that if they tried to escape, they would be killed. In 2008, 24 years in Elizabeth's captivity, naging malubha ang kalagayan ng panganay na anak na si Christine. Pinakiusapan ni Elizabeth ang ama na dalhin ito sa ospital, at ito nga ang ginawa ni Joseph. Dahil gustong malaman ng mga doktor ang medical history ni Christine, they made repeated media appeals for the mother to come forward with information that was necessary para mailigtas ang buhay ng anak niya.
Was erhoffen Sie sich jetzt von unserem Interview?
Ich würde mir wünschen, dass die Mutter mit uns Kontakt aufnimmt und werden vielleicht damit einen Schritt weiter in unserer Diagnostik und Behandlung kommen.
Napanood ni Elizabeth kasama ang dalawa niyang anak na lalaki sa kulungan sa ilalim ang pakiusap ng mga doktor. She pleaded with her father to let her out. At dahil tumatanda na rin si Joseph at nagiging sakitin, napagdesisyonan niyang payagan ng lumabas si Elizabeth at ang dalawa pang bata. He told the hospital the family had appeared on his doorstep matapos makatakas sa sinamahang kulto. But the doctors and police did not believe his story this time around. Dinala nila si Elizabeth sa isang kwarto malayo sa kanyang ama at sinabing they will charge her with child abuse dahil sa pagpapabaya niya sa kanyang anak na si Christine. There, she told the police about the horrific crimes her father had committed in the last 24 years.
Fritzl arrives in court escorted by a dozen police officers and hidden behind a folder. He is charged with rape, incest, kidnapping, slavery, and murder. He faces a maximum sentence, life imprisonment.
He pleaded guilty to all charges and was sentenced to life in prison. During the trial, he expressed his guilt over what he did to his family. I still have a lot of unanswered questions regarding this case. Did anyone else help Josef Fritzl or know about what he was doing? How could Rosemary not have known? Sa ilalim ng sarili mong bahay nagaganap ang mga karumal-dumal na krimen ng iyong asawa for more than 2 decades without your knowledge? Hindi ka man lang ba nagduda when 3 of your daughter's children turned up on your doorstep? I personally believe that Rosemary was not completely ignorant of her husband's double life. Let me know your thoughts on today's true crime story in the comments and see you on the next one.